So today I want to talk about my 5 favourite trends for winter 2024. Now, there are obviously more trends than this. I've definitely picked the ones that I find the most wearable, I think fit in with my personal style the best. So that's the reason that I wanted to show you guys these. In my head, there's kind of no point showing me the ultra crazy ones because I just feel like they're not going to get the wear and it's a little bit pointless. I know for my lifestyle it most definitely is. So I'm purely going to show you the ones that I love, purely going to show you the ones that I think work really well for my personal style, or hopefully your guys' personal style, and that fit within my wardrobe. So what I'll do is I'll obviously talk about the trends, so show lots of examples of the trends from brands, from creators, but then I'm also going to show you kind of my version of those trends with the pieces that I have in my wardrobe already, or some new pieces that I have got really recently, show you how I would style up that trend so you can kind of get like a little bit more of an idea of it than me just kind of talking about it. So I'd just like to remind you guys of me. So I am a UK size 12-14. I had a baby 2 years ago. She's not really a baby anymore. She's most definitely a toddler, but that definitely changed my body. I definitely have like a little bit of a mum tum, which sometimes I like to cover up, sometimes I don't. It really just depends on how I am feeling, but I can obviously talk you through that process when I'm showing you the pieces that I'm going to style today. Just really quick before we get into it, I have changed the velocity of these videos to once every 2 weeks. Instead of once every week. I actually only have 2 full days, and it's not really full days with childcare drop off, but I only have 2 days where I work doing this job. So, and that's obviously for my Instagram content as well, and TikTok when I do it. So it's really hard to film kind of one YouTube video a week because they are very, very, very time consuming, as much as I love doing them. And I just want to make sure I'm creating real quality content for you guys instead of kind of rushing it out. So once every 2 weeks is going to be my new schedule, always on a Sunday night, which will be the same for you guys, but yeah, just not quite as regularly. So on to the first trend. So obviously I can see what trends are kind of going around on social media, and see what trends designers have brought forward when they had their looks, their pieces on the catwalk. But also I've also been doing a little bit of research in some other areas as well, and I believe I'm going to steal some of the names that they used on Vogue for these because I think they were really, really good. But the first one is suited and booted. Now, some of these trends that I'm going to talk about definitely lead more into the party season, but some kind of lead more into the day-to-day casual as well, and I think this can kind of be both. Now, I've kind of been seeing 2 types of suiting. So the really oversized, you know, the big shoulders, kind of the 80s 90s style, which I am so very into. I've actually been into that look for a very, very long time now, quite a few years, and I feel like we see it come back season after season after season. Obviously we might see the kind of weight of kind of jackets change, and maybe the colours depending on the season, but I feel like it is always here. You guys know that I'm always here for an oversized look, so that's definitely something I want to talk about. But we're also seeing it more in terms of a smoking suit, or a tuxedo kind of suit, which I definitely feel lends itself really well to this time of year because it's more on the dressy side. I really, really love all of the looks that we're seeing at the minute, where we're seeing kind of a suit on a woman that's oversized, a shirt done up, and then a tie. I just think it looks so cool. I haven't actually worn that out of the house yet. I really, really want to, because I just think it is the coolest look, and it definitely lends itself to more of kind of a semi kind of dressy look, but I definitely think you could wear it more casual. You could wear it with kind of flat boots, wear your suit, wear your kind of tie, and I just think it looks so good. You guys know I love kind of pushing those boundaries between kind of feminine and masculine, and really pushing towards a masculine kind of androgynous side, which I just think looks so good on any woman. I just think it is such a vibe. Ties, we've been seeing ties around for a few seasons, so I feel like it's okay for me to go get one. And to be honest, I might even look in a charity shop or thrift one, because then, you know, you're going to get one that's like not overpriced, and you'll probably be able to get a really beautiful silk one that way. So I would love to do that, and that's what I'm going to look for. But I really love that kind of masculine suiting, and we really are seeing it everywhere at the minute. And then the next type of suiting is definitely this kind of satiny tuxedo smoking suit vibe, which I just think is so cool. If you're kind of got a party, obviously we're in Christmas party season, if you have a party coming up and you really don't want to wear a dress, this is definitely, if I had a Christmas party, I do not, I'm self-employed, if I did, this is definitely something I would wear, because I think it is such a vibe, especially if you're not wanting to go down that kind of dress route. I think it looks so good, kind of open with like a little crop top underneath, a sparkly shoe, sparkly bag, so cool, or even done up. I just think it looks so good. And I got this suit recently from Pretty Lavish. It's kind of a satiny black, which I think is so lovely. This was really not expensive, and I do find Pretty Lavish is actually a really nice brand for that, and the quality is really, really good. The trousers I have in a 14 and the blazer I have in a 14, and they fit perfectly. I am very much between a 12 or 14 and kind of a 12 at the minute, but these trousers are 14 and they needed to be, so I definitely think they fit slightly on the smaller side. But this really lends itself to kind of that smoking suit vibe. It's a bit more luxe with the satin, it's a little bit more dressy, and definitely works if you kind of want that night out look. And I really think it looks so good on a curvy girl wearing a suit. You can definitely wear it with a belt if you need to, help define the waist. Again, as I said, you could wear it with a fitted top underneath, or a crop top if you want to have a little bit more definition in your waist rather than kind of just buttoning it up, and then wear kind of the blazer oversized over the top, open, and it just looks so good. So definitely a trend that I'm going towards this season, and definitely one that I absolutely love. So the next trend I want to talk about is winter accessories. So we are talking hoods, knitted hoods, we're talking scarves, we're talking triangle scarves, we're talking skinny scarves, we're talking balaclavas, we're talking so many different accessories. And this is something that I get really excited about this time of year. Obviously, it's a definite cold weather dressing, but I think it's just something cute that you can kind of add into your wardrobe that's quite inexpensive, but kind of gives you a little trend-led accent. But it's also really warm for this time of the year when it's getting really cold. It was super cold in the UK last week, and it's not as cold this week. So these accessories, especially kind of the balaclava hood type ones, I've not needed this week, but definitely did last week. And I really love the kind of cute bonnets that we're also almost seeing at the minute. They're kind of like a knitted bonnet and they tie at the front. I think they look super cute, and they are really, really warm as well. And it's definitely a trend that I think is really, really wearable. I'm especially really into the triangle scarves that we're seeing everywhere at the minute. I just think they are so chic. You can kind of have the triangle section at the back and then tie them at the front, or you can even have the triangle section at the front and tie at the back. I think that looks a little bit too rodeo for me. I like it more with the triangle section at the back and then tied at the front. There's lots of different sizes and weights as well, and I just think it's such a chic look, especially over like an oversized long wool coat or a trench coat, depending on kind of how the weather is. And the really nice thing about it is if you are like more of a neutral girly, when you put on one of these scarves that's maybe got a colour, like I have a green one which I'm going to show you. This is from TB Co, which is a really cool brand actually. I did buy this scarf myself. They sent me a jacket in the past which was beautiful, but I did actually buy this scarf myself. And it's just so nice to have that little extra added pop of colour in an outfit that might be super neutral. Obviously it's going to keep you warm as well, which is also a really great thing. I also really love the kind of skinny scarves that we're seeing, the knitted skinny scarves, and I have this one from Jerf Avenue, which is a pink one. I love this shade of pink. I think it is just beautiful. I try to be not a pink girly, but I definitely love pink. I haven't has its place in most seasons, and I'm definitely going to find a place for it in pretty much every season, and this is my little pink accent this season, and I just think it is so cute. I've worn it with a kind of oversized long black wool maxi coat, and I've wore it with a dark brown suede jacket, and I think the brown and the pink is so gorgeous together. It would actually look amazing with the brown Jerf Avenue blazer that I got recently as well. I think those together would look stunning. And yeah, again, it's just a nice little accent to your outfit. It's a nice little addition if you're feeling a little bit plain, and it's obviously going to keep you warm, which I think is so cute. And then the last piece I want to show you is this kind of mohair blend balaclava hood that I got from ASOS. Some of these, I love these so much, and again, I think it's such a cool trend, very similar to kind of the bonnet trend that we're seeing at the minute. The balaclava kind of trend has been around, or hood has been around for a while now, and it was definitely here last season as well, but I just think it looks so good, and it is so warm. You have to be careful that the kind of hood balaclava type thing is not really tight, because you end up looking like a little bit like a potato or a peanut. And so I try and get one that it's hard to know obviously until it arrives how exactly it's going to be, but I try to find one that doesn't look too tight on the model, and this one from ASOS definitely doesn't. I think it looks so good. I've also loved seeing at the minute the kind of, they're almost like a hood and then they have a scarf that you can kind of tie around, and people have also been creating that look with like normal scarves, so normal kind of oversized blanket scarves where you can tie it in a certain way and then put the scarf kind of over your head. And I just, again, I spoke to you guys before about when we were talking about styling versus wearing, these little styling tricks that you can kind of do to your outfits on a season by season basis as and when they kind of come on trend. I just love, because it means that you can use pieces you already have in your wardrobe. You're not buying new pieces, but you're just using them in a little bit of a different way, and I just think it's just the nicest fun way to use fashion. You're not over consuming, you're not buying extra things, you're just using what you have already and just creating a new fun look, and I love that. And it's definitely something from season to season I really want to lean into more, because I think it's such an important element of fashion. So the next trend I want to talk about is not rocket science. This is something I think we expect to come in year after year, and it always does, which again is a trend that I'm going to gravitate towards because it's wearable. We will probably have some of the pieces last year that we can rewear. Brilliant. And I definitely stole this terminology from the Vogue website again, but it's town and country, and I just think that explains it really well. And we're talking about herringbone, we're talking about cable knit jumpers, we're talking about checked wool skirts and check skirts, and I just think it's such a lovely trend. I definitely feel like in social media we see these trends and then we almost see like a lifestyle addition to that, so people really run with the trends and almost like tailor their lifestyle to that particular trend. And I'm seeing on Instagram everywhere at the minute people taking like lovely countryside breaks, you know, where they're in their cable knit jumpers and their wellies, and it's just comfy and cozy, and that is just so me. That is so me. I grew up on a farm, that's my background. I'm actually we're moving back to the countryside in the next couple of years because that's really where we want to be, and I just think it's like a really great trend, because when the lifestyle that comes with it I think is probably a normal lifestyle for a lot of us. Like, we aren't going out all the time, especially if we're mothers, we have children, we're not doing all these fancy things, we are just in the countryside with our family, with our dogs, and that's what we love to do. It doesn't cost any money, it's just real life, and that's what I kind of love about the extension of this trend into the kind of lifestyle, because I just think it's lovely. So definitely of the checks, it's not rocket science, as I said. We expect these to come in every year. I got this beautiful skirt from Brora recently, and it's this beautiful wool checked skirt. It sits quite low on my waist. I probably should have gone for a 12 rather than the 14, but I still love the way this sits, and I love actually that it sits low on my waist because it makes it slightly longer, so it's less of a midi length on me and more of kind of a mid-axi to maxi, which I think is so cool with this type of skirt. I love it with a chunky boot and then an oversized cable knit. So I'm going to show you this one that I got from ASOS Edition recently, and I just think this oversized cable knit with the skirt with the chunky boots is town and country perfection. It's a sort of outfit you can of course walking around the city or a town, but also looks super cool and super amazing in the countryside as well. And I think that's what's so nice about this trend. Also, I love the kind of oversized long herringbone coats that we're seeing everywhere, or even, best thing ever, vintage men's herringbone oversized wool blazer. Perfect. Like, you're going to be able to find those, I think, so easy. I actually have it's not herringbone one, but it is like a check and like a definite kind of winter blazer that I got recently from, I think it's from Vinted, but it's a vintage men's one, and it was like £10. and I just think that looks so cool. Again, for my curvy girls, I tend to really wear a lot of oversized fits, but you can really wear your long check wool skirt with something fitted on top. It would actually look amazing with this kind of fitted on top if you wanted to go down that route. But I really like pairing kind of a maxi skirt with an oversized knit and just French tucking the front of that jumper, just to give my body a little bit of shape, just to show off my waist a little bit more. But really, you can style these pieces however you want for your body. I know I get a lot of comments from you guys about wearing oversized and it being not necessarily flattering on me. Again, I don't always want to go down the flattering route. It depends how I feel, it depends where I'm going. And it's not that I don't think oversized is flattering on me. You can't see my body, no, but that's not always what I want. Sometimes I just want to be swathed in clothes, in fabric, and I love that, and I love how that makes me feel. Flattering is not always what I'm going for, so I appreciate you guys obviously giving that advice and saying, look, if you wore this it would be more flattering. And yeah, I agree, it totally would, but that's not what I always want. And that's 90% of the time, that's not what I want. My oversized fits are what make me truly happy, and that's what I really gravitate towards, especially in the kind of autumn winter months. But yes, love this trend, super wearable, and you're going to be seeing me a lot in these trends, especially as we get kind of even more into the colder weather. We take our countryside trips. Yeah, I just love it. Of course, we cannot get into winter, we cannot get into Christmas, we cannot get into the party season without talking about sequins and embellishments. We are in the season for it. It's what I love so much about this season, about this lead up to Christmas. It's kind of actually what makes me sad about the second part of winter, which is when we get over the Christmas and New Year period. We kind of start seeing these like sequins and these like really nice occasion dressing go, because people don't really have the occasions that they did obviously before Christmas. People are trying to save a bit of money, like there isn't things to go to just in general, and it makes me kind of sad because I really do love the party dressing. As I said, I don't have a huge amount of places to go. I have a 2-year-old, but I do go out for meals with my friends. I do see them over Christmas. I do see my family, and I overdress. I'm going to wear sequins with my family. They are used to it. They know this is going to happen because it's what makes me happy. So that's why I do it. So there's definitely elements where I'm going to be bringing these sequins, these embellishments into my kind of day-to-day life, even when I'm probably overdressed. But that's fine. So yeah, sequins, embellishments. We're seeing kind of a lot of almost like tinsel-y outfits at the minute. So kind of knitted outfits that have that real metallic thread running through them, which I do love, but I like more the kind of sequin side and the embellishment side. I want to show you this kind of corset top that I got recently from Odd Muse. This is beautiful. It has a skirt that you can wear it with, like maxi length skirt, and it has like tulle underneath, so it kind of gives some volume, which is just beautiful. It looks stunning with that skirt. I can show you, I wore that on my Instagram recently, or I can show you what that looks like. But then I also wore the top recently with a pair of oversized jeans, and I just love that look. This top, I just don't imagine not ever loving this top. It's just such a beautiful top. I'm wearing a size large, which is a 12 at Odd Muse, and the fit could not be perfect. It's not tight in any way. It's not loose in any way. It is perfect. And I think as a curvy girl, this corset top is so flattering on us. I just think it is such a vibe. It shows off your curves beautifully, and I actually love wearing it. This is a very like young look, kind of a 90s look, but I'm here for it. I'm still young. I love wearing this corset top with almost like a lower, and I know I've said this before in the past that I would never go down this route. With this corset top, I make an exception. Kind of a lower waist pair of jeans, or a lower waist pair of trousers, or kind of like an oversized flat G pair of trousers that kind of fit a little bit lower. I think with this corset top, it looks so good. There's so many ways that you can wear it. You can wear it with your jeans, which make it more of a smart casual, or you can wear it with your kind of maxi skirt that kind of poofs out, and it looks a lot more dressy, and I just love that about an item. It's definitely a party piece, but there's definitely different ways that you could wear it, and that means it has longevity in your wardrobe. I also want to show you a couple of sequin skirts that I got recently, a maxi and a mini. The first one is a mini skirt from Marks and Spencer's. They very kindly sent this to me. It is from this new Sienna Miller collection. It's a sequin mini. It's like a silver, and I love this. I have wanted a sequin mini skirt badly this year. I actually wasn't going to invest in one because Again, I don't have a huge amount of events to go to, like sometimes I do, and I might actually have a few that kind of spring up from nowhere before Christmas that I will go to and probably wear something like this. But this skirt is stunning. I love the length, it's beautiful quality. I love how the sequins are placed, almost like a patchwork kind of, but it's very subtle, and the fit is beautiful. I'm wearing a UK 12. It is perfect on me. I was worried I might need a 14. Do not need a 14. The 12 is just exactly how it should be, and it's such a beautiful skirt. My favorite way of styling this would actually be with a pair of black kind of quite thin tights, so maybe like a 20 denier. I would say a 10, but I rip them like instantly, so it's got to be a bit more, maybe a 20 or a 30 denier, and a pair of kind of pointed heels and an oversized white t-shirt, or a blazer kind of done up over the top, so you just kind of see a couple of inches of the sequins at the bottom of the skirt. Such a good look for party season. And then I also have this pink maxi skirt from Pretty Lavish. It does have a matching sequin kind of cardigan. I love that, but really I like it best just by itself. And again, for me, the best way to wear this is with an oversized t-shirt tucked in, or a cropped oversized t-shirt. That just looks so cool. Again, it's a kind of a juxtaposition between something very casual and something very dressy that I will always love, and it will always dress down that outfit for me. So yeah, that is my take on embellishments and sequins for this season. Really wearable, definitely ways of wearing it for like Christmas Day, Boxing Day, where you can dress it down with your family, so you're not necessarily having to go on big nights out to wear these outfits. And yeah, also so good on the curvy body, and just looks amazing. So the final trend is something that I always find exciting, always come around year after year, but it has its little tweaks and styles which I just love, and also one of the best ways to integrate vintage into wardrobe in autumn winter, and I'm going to show you one of my vintage pieces that really lends itself well to this trend. You have seen it before, I'm going to show you it again because I love it, but that is Faux Fur and Shearling. And I just love this trend, of course, and we are seeing so many ways to wear faux fur at the minute. I'm actually going to show you two versions which are kind of actually on the similar side, but I just really wanted to show you them because I absolutely love them. But we're seeing kind of faux fur in obviously jackets, but we're seeing it in kind of shorter jackets, more kind of crop jackets, but we're also seeing it in really long, almost floor length faux fur. We did have a really cold spell last week, and I have an amazing vintage long faux fur coat. Didn't wear it then because I didn't have the opportunity, and actually maybe forgot about it. It's downstairs and I keep forgetting it even is there. But as soon as it gets cold again, I want to get that coat out because I cannot wait. I bought it from a charity shop for £20 in the summer because I saw it and I was like, that's mine for the winter. Kind of annoying, I need to store it till the winter, but I got it and I'm so glad I did, even though it was probably like boiling hot outside, but I wanted it. And it's such a beautiful jacket, and actually I just love that look. It's kind of got those mob wife vibes, which I just think is so cool, and that kind of flung over a pair of like crop jeans, and you've got a pair of chunky boots on. It's just going to be such a good look when the weather's really cold, even when it's snowing, because you're going to really be appropriately dressed. I often am not appropriately dressed and too cold, but that is an outfit I could wear and feel amazing in and be appropriately dressed and be warm. And then the next jackets I want to show you are these kind of shorter ones. I have one from the Frankie shop, which I bought recently. I got it from Net-a-Porter, but it was actually on the sale on Farfetch recently with a good deal of money off actually. This is just beautiful. I love where it sits kind of on the body, on the hips. When you're a curvy girl, this is so flattering as well. You could kind of wear like a pair of tailored trousers, pair of trainers, and then wear this faux fur jacket, and it's going to look so good as a curvy girl. It really accentuates your waist, which is hard to do in the winter, and it's just a beautifully warm jacket coat. I have it in an XL. There was other sizes, but I really wanted to be able to get fixed jumpers underneath this, so I went for an XL. I'm never worried about sizing up in jackets because I just want to make sure they're going to fit properly and I'm going to be comfortable. So I think the XL was definitely a good choice for me. And then the final faux fur I want to show you is from Marks & Spencer. So it's from the Sienna Miller collection. I love this. I love the colour of the faux fur. It's kind of almost in between like a brown and a burgundy, which I think is such a nice colour and not something I've seen around that much. And these kind of faux leather straps at the front are one, so Sienna Miller, two, just so cool and give such an extra cool vibe to a faux fur jacket that I have not seen before. I saw this one. And it kind of toughens it up a little bit by adding this hardware, which I'm just so into. Probably one of my favourite ways of styling faux fur for this season is either with a pair of wide-legged tailored trousers, a pair of trainers or a pair of loafers, or a pair of wide-leg jeans, maybe even with a turn-up, and a pair of tailored trousers or loafers. I actually did that recently with the Fancy Shop coat, so I will show you that image so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. And I just think it looks so good, so stylish, so casual. Obviously you can dress these faux fur jackets up easily, but really wearing them in a casual way is how I will be wearing them. They're warm, they look amazing, and I just love it. And then the last jacket I want to show you is one you've seen before. I bought this from like an antique centre, and it's a vintage shearling jacket. It's in such good condition. I love this so much because it's almost like a biker style, and it just adds a bit of extra cool to me. I also love the fact that the external is not leather, it is suede. I just think that's a really lovely type of shearling jacket. I see a lot of leather ones around, but I don't see as many suede ones. And I also love the length of this. It's more on the crop side rather than kind of being longer and covering my bum. I wanted it more like that. I would style this as a curvy girl. I would definitely style this in a very similar way to how I would style my kind of crop faux fur jackets, which is with a wide leg pair of tailored trousers, maybe like a knit underneath, kind of French tucked at the front, or a pair of wide leg jeans and trainers, because I just think it's going to look so good. You're going to be so warm, and it's just going to be such a perfect jacket for winter. And shearling, I don't think it's anything more warm than shearling. There isn't. Like, genuinely. The wind is not getting through that. The cold is not getting through that. If I am going somewhere where it's like, you know, at night, it's going to be really cold, that is going to be my jacket of choice. That with a pair of gloves, that with a scarf, that with my balaclava. Like, you're going to see me wrapped up. And that's going to be the jacket that I'm going to be wearing. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really enjoyed doing this with you guys. Again, take these trends as you will, use what you have in your wardrobe already, or if you do buy something, make sure that you're obviously going to get lots of use out of it. So in the next 2 weeks time, now we are on a 2-week schedule, I will be doing a winter capsule wardrobe, which I know you guys absolutely love. I do it every season. I love doing them. I have some amazing pieces that I'm wearing on repeat at the minute that I can't wait to show you guys. So that's going to be next in 2 weeks time video. Thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe. It literally means everything to me. You guys are amazing. And yeah, I will see you in 2 weeks.